Okay, pageant family, I am still processing tonight. Well, we all love the drama and surprises, but some of these results left me genuinely speechless. Tonight, I want to talk about the contestants who, in my opinion, were robbed. Not because I think anyone cheated, but because their bodies of work week after week screamed top 30, top 12, top 5, crown contender, and the scoreboard didn't reflect that tonight. I am going to name names, break down the reasons, and explain exactly why I think they deserved better. If you disagree, tell me. I want the receipts, the hot takes, the tears, the rage. Let's get right into this. First up, Argentina. Aldana Masset robbed of a top 30 spot. Aldana walked in this pageant like someone born for red carpets. Her fashion choices were editorial, clean lines, innovative silhouettes, runway moments that translated perfectly on camera. In interviews, she was poised, articulate, and gracefully expressive. On stage, she did not just show up, she performed with nuance. To me, the combination of consistent fashion, crisp communication, and stage polish is top 30 material. Seeing her name absent from the card felt like a major oversight. Aldana deserved the chance to shine even brighter in the later rounds. She was robbed of that top 30 spot, and it really left my mouth sore, my heart broken, and I don't know what really happened because I think Aldana Masset from Argentina, apart from having all these things that I've just mentioned, she was a fan favorite. Most of the people who have eyes could see that she was a front runner, a top 30 spot at least. The second one is Indonesia, Sanli Lu. She's also robbed of a top 30 spot. Sanli is the definition of discipline and refinement. Her interview deliveries have always been calm, she's very composed and smart, the kind of presence judges often reward. Her wardrobe evolved week to week in a way that showed range and an understanding of her brand. She never had a weak outing. For a contestant who ticks so many technical boxes, interview, poise, wardrobe, consistent, missing the top 30 felt like missed opportunity to reward true preparedness. She really deserved a top 30 spot. Next is Miss Universe Portugal, Camila Vitorino. She's also robbed of a top 30 spot, my dear viewers. Camila brought European sophistication with age. Her styling was immaculate, and she carried herself with that hard-to-teach combination of grace and confidence. You get, in a field where first impressions and camera moments matter very much, she always delivered. Portugal's quiet but authoritative stage presence is precisely the profile that should make semis. Not seeing Camila advanced felt like the scores and the audience reaction were out of sync. She deserved a spot in the top 30. What went wrong, Miss Universe? And next we have Turks and Caicos Bereniece Dickenson. She's also robbed of a top 30 spot. Now, this is the one that hurt the most for the community, especially myself. Berenice was a social media darling for a reason. Flawless swimsuit confidence, runway poise, and on camera charisma that stopped people mid scroll. She had viral moments, ladies and gentlemen. She connected with the fans, and her stage presence was statuesque. For an island nation to produce such a technically strong performer and then not see her called, that felt like one of the season's biggest snubs. Berenice brought everything you'd expect from a late round contender. She deserved the chance to compete further. She had everything going for her. Something must have gone wrong somewhere. Next, we have India, Manika Vishwakarma, robbed of a top 12 spot, my dear viewers. Manika's omission from the top 12 stunned me very much. She's composed, articulate, and carries herself with sovereign confidence. Her interview clips showed intelligence and emotional depth. Her stage moments were refined. India historically performs well because they are prepared across the board. Makeup, movement, answer. For Manika to miss top 12 felt like a moment where craft was overlooked. She had a finalist energy, the kind that earns you international spot. That cut really hurt. Next, we have Miss Universe Latina, Yamilex Hernández. And I believe also Yamilex Hernández was robbed of a spot in the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Yamilex deserved a top 5 at least. Like, we could usually it up and fix her somewhere in that top 5 because she is a performer, always camera ready, expressive and charismatic. She presented strong public moments, great interview bites, and runway that showed command. In many ways, she had everything a top 5 finalist needs: charisma, stagecraft, and a fun momentum. Not seeing her in the final 5 was surprising because her entire package suggested she could go all the way. It felt like a disconnect between what the global audience saw and what the final tally recorded. Things went wrong somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we have Guadeloupe, Ophély Mezzino, robbed of a top 5 placement. This one hurt really much. Ophély is mature, regal, and emotionally resonate on stage. Her presentation carried depth, not just beauty, but a storyteller's presence in the way she moved and spoke. People expected her in the final 5 because she delivered consistent, high-level performances. Missing out on that top 5 placement felt like undervaluing nuance and emotional intelligence in favor of flashier moments. She deserved better. She is a very strong contender, and I could move 2 or 3 people from the top 5 and place her somewhere. Next is Miss Universe Puerto Rico, Zashely. She was robbed of a top 5 placement, my dear viewers. Zashely has one of those stage faces you would remember. Very sharp, expressive, and capable of shifting from soft to fierce in a heartbeat. Her swimsuit and runway rounds were technically strong, her interview moments were warm and articulate, and she had palpable stage confidence. Puerto Rico is a country with a deep pageant legacy. When their contestants bring that level of polish, many expected a top 5 finish. Not seeing her there felt like missed acknowledgement of consistency and excellence. What went wrong, my dear viewers? And I think also Miss Universe Colombia, Vanessa Pergarin deserved a place in the top 5 also. And I know the top 5 is very crowded right now, but she was too strong to leave her out of the top 5. She deserved a place in that top 5. Too strong of a contestant, very fierce, she delivered through and through. And if you look at her performance from the beginning to the end of the competition, she has been really going from 0 to 100 slowly, smoothly, but very, very perfectly. She deserved a place in the top 5, and I think they robbed her a place in that spot of the top 5. Hopefully she would just forgive them, because this is a very sad season of Miss Universe 2025. And now the toughest one to say out loud, my dear viewers, Olivia Yacé of Côte d'Ivoire. If ever a contestant had the full package, presence, elegance, consistency, and that undeniable queen energy, it was Olivia. Her walk was magnetic, her poses were story-driven, and she carried a regal aura every time she appeared. Many fans believed Olivia had the complete resume for the crown this year. To say she was robbed of a winning spot is an emotional reaction from viewers who watched a contestant deliver perfection night after night and expected the crown to follow. Whether you agree or not, Olivia's body of work deserves the highest respect. Miss Universe failed this woman, and she deserves all her flowers. She was the best from day one to day last, and to me personally, she is Miss Universe 2025. Listen, my dear viewers, pageants are subjective. Judges can make choices based on what they value that night. But as a fan watching these women give everything and then not see the placement they deserve, that stings. These contestants put in the work, brought heart, and created unforgettable television. Some were rewarded, some were not, and that's why the community is talking. Tell me below in the comments, who else do you believe was robbed and why? Drop your top 5 robbed list and let's break down the moments that should have changed the leaderboard. I'll be reading and replying. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and until next time, my dear viewers, always remember to stay fierce and fabulous.